Sad songs, they say so much. Dude, are you crying already?
Damn pepper shakers, I can never work these damn things.
Hello, and welcome once again to the Darkened Room of Music Conversation. I'm Chris.
And I'm Darren, and today, guess what? We're going to have a lot of fun counting down our saddest songs of all time. Does that even make sense? We're going to have fun? Yeah, it is fun. You know, everybody has this list, or has at least thought about it at some point. That song makes me sad, or it invokes a certain emotion out of me. So I think that's kind of the criteria what we're going to go with today. So songs that kind of bring out emotion in each of us, whether it is just sad song material to begin with, or it just brings out a certain feeling out of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure do. Yeah.
So,
actually, all of my picks are actually genuinely sad.
Yeah, and I think most of mine are
depressing. It goes from sad to depressing for me.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, we may have a slight difference along the way, but that's okay.
That's all right.
All right. So you're going to get us started with your number 10?
Sure. I'll start with my number 10.
10 each.
My number 10 pick would be from Miss Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah.
And Hold On.
Love it.
Yeah. Were you expecting Angel? That was going to bring up homeless pets and all that?
I could have seen that, yeah.
Yeah. I thought about that one. I'm like, no, I like Hold On better because it's actually about a friend who's dying of AIDS, and I think that's pretty sad.
Right.
So that's my number 10 pick.
Yeah. Possession would have worked, too.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's a pretty sad
That's
song.
about a stalker.
Yeah, it is. All right, well, my number 10, moving right along, is from one of my favorite singers, even though he's been berated so many times, which I don't really think is fair, but that's all right. That's the way life is. Life's not always fair. I'm going to go with...
Billy Squier.
Not Billy Squier.
Sorry.
I love Billy Squier.
Yeah, I do too, actually.
I'd like to do
that was just a joke.
I'd like to do a whole Billy Squier episode one day.
Yeah, maybe so.
All right, so my number 10 is Michael McDonald, and I Keep Forgetting.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a very sad song, you know. Unrequited love. Somebody's moved on in life, and you're still stuck.
Yep.
Has happened to the best of us.
Hey, it fits. All right.
There you go.
So my number 9 song is going to be a deep cut. Maybe you haven't heard it. You've heard of Elton John.
Of course.
But on his, I believe it was a 1991 album that he released, the last song is called Last Song.
I knew you were going to have that on your list.
Did you really?
I did.
Yeah.
I remember you've always said that song has got to you, you know?
Oh, absolutely. It's also about, dying of AIDS.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing that on like VH1 when it was brand new. And it was like first thing in the morning, I turned it on, and they're playing this video, and it's sad. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this early in the morning.
Way too heavy right off the bat.
Way too heavy, yeah.
Well, kind of strange. My number 9 is also Elton John.
Hey.
Elton John, and I'm going to go with Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word.
Very nice, yeah. So that's kind of a threefer on this episode, because I started out quoting his sad songs.
Yeah, so and we'll definitely do an Elton episode at some point.
Yeah, he was a major.
I adore Elton John. I really do.
Me too. Okay, so we're down to like number 8.
Number 8, and you're up.
All right, number 8 is from Damien Rice, and this song was used in a movie soundtrack called Closer, and it was pretty prominently featured in it. The Blower's Daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all over that movie.
Okay.
It was, trying to think of some of the lyrics. And so it is, just like you said it would be.
Yeah.
It's basically about, a guy was pining for a girl, and she's like, this isn't going to work, Yeah. So that's kind of what the whole song is about.
Gotcha. Cool. All right, my number 8 is from one of the greatest singers of all time, and I've always just loved this vocal. I mean, when I think about songs that just have incredible vocals and they just fit the mood of the song and everything. I think this is the best vocal that she ever did. I'm talking about Linda Ronstadt and the song Hurt So Bad.
Yes.
I've always thought I mean, it gives me goosebumps just with how much feeling that she sings that song. It's my favorite Linda Ronstadt song, which is actually a cover. She did a lot of covers along the way. But either way, Hurt So Bad by Linda Ronstadt is my number 8 saddest song of all time.
All right, very nice. So number 7 on my list is by Mr. Matt Nathanson.
Yeah.
And this is a deep cut that you may not have heard because it was on the album before he started getting pop hits.
I may not have heard it then.
It's a song called Bent.
Okay.
Yeah,
not familiar with that.
It's a great song. It's about a woman that's done him wrong.
Gotcha.
And it's kind of his
been there, done that.
Yeah. He says something in the song about like So sorry about it all, and I hope you'll always be.
Nice
sorry,
line.
basically. So yeah, it's a great line. I love that song.
Good line there. Yeah. All right, very cool. My next pick is my number 7. Kind of along the lines of the last one that I said with Linda Ronstadt. Just a great vocal track. I just love the feel of the song. I've never gotten tired of it at all. And I'm talking about another one of my favorite singers ever, Steve Perry and Foolish Heart.
That's a good one.
I just think that song sounds so lonely, so alone. One of my good friends, Bill Como, played on that. Yeah. And so he played keyboards on it. And I just really love the atmosphere of that song and the vocals, and I think the words are really cool with how he sings it. And it's just, like I said, it's like one of the most ultimate lonely sounding songs. And so that's my number 7.
I would agree, yeah. Yep. All right, so my number 6 is from the one, the only Coldplay.
Yeah.
You knew they would probably show up on this list for me. Warning Sign, another deep cut.
I love that song. I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that's from Rush of Blood to the Head.
Yep.
And, oh, gosh, that is such a great song. I love the lyrics to that one.
And the atmosphere of it.
Oh, yes,
so
absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, it's about how there's something right in front of your face, and you don't notice it, or you choose to ignore it until it's too late.
Right.
So that's what the song's about.
My number 6 is going to be from one of my favorite albums of all time, and one of the things that makes a song for me, especially when you're talking about sadness, is the atmosphere. And this is once again a song that sounds lonely to me. And I'm talking about Greg Alexander and the closing song on the New Radicals only album that they made to this point, probably only one they'll ever make, Crying Like a Church on Monday.
I'm not as familiar with that one because I liked that album. I've listened to it before, but I didn't absorb all of it.
It's the last track, and it's most of the album all the way through has a lot of stacked vocals and stuff. And this one's more stripped down. It's just him, and you really focus on what he's singing about. And it's one of those like he's in love with somebody, but all hope is gone type songs. So anyway, check it out if you've never heard that. Crying Like a Church on Monday is my number 6.
All right, well, going on to my number 5. If you haven't figured out by now, I tend to go deep diving into albums trying to find depressing tracks that aren't hits. This is one of them, and I'm wondering, I think maybe this might be on your list too.
Okay.
It is by Third Eye Blind, The Background. Yeah.
It's on my list. We'll talk more about that later.
Yeah. Fantastic song about, someone you love passing away.
Right. Very, very emotional song.
Very much so, yes.
And guess what? My number 6 is The Background by Third Eye Blind.
Is it your 6 or number 5?
My number 5.
Well, we put it in the same spot.
Same spot.
How about that?
Yeah. So you said it eloquently enough. I mean, it's a great song. It's very serious. I think the music goes really well with the subject matter. So
yeah,
and it's very depressing.
It is. And if you've only been exposed to like Semi-Charmed Life and you've like moved on from it, and now you think it's just kind of poppy, silly, check this song out. You may change your mind about the group.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Okay,
very cool.
Number 4 for me is from one of my favorite albums of all time by Mr. Howie Day, and Numbness for Sound. I think I brought it up in in that episode. So that is my number 4, and I think I've already said what I wanted to say in that episode. So go back and watch it out if you want details. Yeah,
exactly. All right. Well, my number 4 is from the big label debut release of Edwin McCain and a song called "Sorry to a Friend." It's from 1995.
Yes.
And it's just a really, really great song, and it gets me every time. It's about seeing somebody that you hadn't seen for a long time and thinking about how you really weren't as good of a friend as you should have been, but let's make up for that lost time and pick it back up, and everything's good, and anything I said, forgive me for it. One of those kind of things. So I really like that song a whole lot, and it's one of the first songs I thought of when I was compiling this list. So Edwin McCain, "Sorry to a Friend" is my number 4.
Great talent too. I've seen him several times with Angie Aparo,
and he's funny as hell too.
Oh, he's hilarious.
We've got some stories about.
We do have some stories, but we will keep them to ourselves.
Yeah.
Number 3 on my list is by Moby.
Yeah.
Porcelain.
All right.
In my dreams, I'm dying all the time.
Yeah.
That one is, I love the sound of that one. And it's been used in a lot of movies, too, because of its cool atmosphere of the of the track. So, yeah, that's easily my number 3 sad song.
Cool. Very cool. Great choice. I'm going to throw you a curveball on this one. I'm going to delve into the world of country because when I'm thinking of saddest songs ever, this one, man, this takes the cake. What could be worse than you're going to love somebody until you're underground, dead? That's the only way you're going to stop loving them. How about He Stopped Loving Her Today by the great George Jones?
That is a great pick. Great pick.
Yeah, if you go back, just read the lyrics to that. I mean, my God, it's one of the greatest songs ever written. And it's got such a tremendous vocal. And, you know, I love old country.
Yeah.
I just think, you know, it's another one that just popped into my head instantly. And I thought, you know what, let's shine the light on at least one country song. So there you go. That's my number 3 of all time.
3.
Yep.
All right, so we're moving on to number 2. We're down to the top 2.
Yep.
And my number 2 pick is by my all-time favorite artist, Angie Aparo.
Yeah.
And it's from his debut album, Out of the Everywhere, Flesh, Breath, and Bone.
Oh, man, I love that song.
Oh, it's a fantastic song. It's about a broken marriage, and it kind of hits home with me from many, many years ago. So, yeah, such dark imagery.
Right.
Fantastic song. Angie Aparo, fresh.
Yeah.
Not fresh. Flesh, breath, and bone.
Yeah, one of the things that we've talked about, we touched on in the favorite artist episode about Angie, is that, you know, we know from knowing the man that a lot of the early songs do have like stories attached to them, real life things. And that, I don't know, that I appreciate that, and it kind of makes me know or love the song even more when I know the story behind it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So great choice.
Sometimes I don't want to know. Sometimes I like to interpret it myself and carry that. But yeah, sometimes you like to know the story. So
exactly. Yeah. And then sometimes you're dealing with bands like Steely Dan where it's like, this could mean like 500 things. Right.
Right.
But that's cool. That's cool too.
Yeah.
All right. My number 2. And this one's kind of a maybe a dark horse pick too. This song, I don't know, just brings out a certain atmosphere for me. Check it out, everybody, if you've never heard this song. It's just the way she sings it. The instrumentation, everything. This is an oldie. I'm talking about Dusty Springfield. I Don't Want to Hear It Anymore.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, it's just got such a great atmosphere to it, and it's just a beautiful song, but yet sad at the same time.
Yeah,
and you know, something can be sad and beautiful at the same time, and so that song, I don't know, it just hits home with me. So that's my number 2 pick of saddest songs of all time.
Very nice. So, drum roll for number 1.
Number 1 for you.
Number 1 is from a group called Something Corporate. And this is going to be another deep cut. Andrew McLachlan is the lead singer of this group, and he's done many, many amazing things. You should check him out. He's a great songwriter. But the one that I picked for this list was She Paints Me Blue.
Cool. Yeah. Love that title too.
Oh yes, and the meaning, the meaning behind this song and all is like very, very personal to me. So I'm not going to get too deep into that. Yeah. I will quote the one line that's repeated often throughout the song: "Atlanta started raining on me." And that's all I'm going to say. That's my number 1.
Well, I can understand why you would relate to that one.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, my number 1 sad song of all time makes me very happy.
Well, then get it off your list.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a song that everybody knows. I will never tire of this song. I love the feel of it, the atmosphere, the lyrics, everything about it, the tremendous guitar solo in the song as well. And I'm talking about the one, the only Prince and Purple Rain.
Oh, you know, I considered that one.
Yeah, that's my all-time favorite sad song.
Yeah, that's definitely an honorable mention for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, this is fun, man. We breezed right through this like a hot knife through butter, didn't we?
Absolutely,
this was fun.
Do you have any honorable mentions for your list, maybe?
You know, I could probably think of something. Name a couple here, and I'll tell you a couple of mine.
Well, one of mine is Tony by Patty Griffin, which you may not have heard either. Check that one out. And also, I thought the Freshman Verve Pipe might appear on the list.
That's good. That's good. I'll go with Hang by Matchbox 20, the last song off the very first album.
That's a great one.
So, yeah. There's several Counting Crow songs.
Yes.
Rain King, maybe.
Round Here.
Yeah. So there's plenty of depressing stuff out there. So what are you waiting on? Get depressed and go find some sad songs.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Start cutting some onions.
Yeah. and a lot of Elvis Costello songs seem to bring out that kind of feeling for me. You know, kind of really sad meets serious, but makes me happy at the same time. Early Roxy music, same thing. So
yeah.
Lots of fun stuff out there like that.
Thanks for watching this episode of In a Darkened Room. You can find the link to this episode's companion Spotify playlist in the description. Darren and Chris welcome your comments. You can leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Follow In a Darkened Room on Twitter to receive updates and submit your ideas for what we should discuss in upcoming episodes. Darren and Chris are also on Instagram, so give them a follow there as well. All of these links can be found in the description below. While you're there, be sure to click subscribe and ring the bell.
Okay, random topic time, and let's draw from the box of trivia. What do you say?
Sure, it's my turn to draw.
It's your turn.
All right,
Go for it.
I got to read it too, don't I?
All right, give us a good one now.
All right, well, we'll see what happens here. In 1999, who was voted pop rock's favorite male artist in the 28th Annual American Music Awards? All right, so the American Music Awards, that's the one that comes on like regular network TV, right?
Yes, and I believe it's People's Choice. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, it seems like it's a little bit more pop-oriented to me. So, all right,
here's our multiple choice there.
Here's our choices. We got Jack Weston, and I can tell you right out the gate, it's not going to be that. George Michael, he was way past his prime at that point. Eric Clapton, and Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. All right, so I'm leaning P. Diddy simply because this was coming off the heels of the song he did where he sampled the Sting song, the Police song. That was a tribute to Notorious B.I.G. It was really popular in '97.
Yeah.
This is gonna be tough, but yeah, I'm gonna pick P. Diddy. That's my choice.
I'm gonna guess Eric Clapton because that was off of his Pilgrim album, My Father's Eyes.
Yeah.
And he was kind of, his career was kind of hitting a peak at that point. I think it's Eric Clapton.
Okay, I'm going to go with P. Diddy just because it's an American Choice Award type thing. So, all right, well, here we go. The answer is Eric Clapton.
Hey.
You got it?
There we go. All right.
That's the first time we've missed one of those, isn't it? Or that I've missed one.
You missed one, yeah.
I suck. No. All right. Well, cool. This was fun, man.
It was. Thanks for tuning in, and we will be back soon with another episode. Take care, guys.
See you later.